This time it was Tira that shouted, "What? Uh, you know, what are you talking about, Violet? You didn't tell me about this." And Violet said, "Well, I know. I didn't want to because you were already pretty worked up about this guy." And at that point, uh, Tira said, "You mean that bastard, that old bastard Teydis? I hate that guy." She said, "What was he thinking? He's the only one I know that would be stupid enough to come up with something like that. How did that happen?" Well, I'm not going to tell you the story again, dear listener, because you already know what happened from earlier, and it comes out in the in the hearing anyway what happened, and Tira said, "What a stupid, what a stupid guy." Uh, well, she called him a dumb asshole. I mean, she it's funny because she was an older lady, but she didn't mince words. She'd been in the same, maybe I told you, she'd been in the same high school grade as him. She knew him well. And she said, do you want me at your hearing? I'll be a character witness. He's out of his mind." And Elaine said, Violet said, "No, I think I'm going to be okay." And then Vivien said, "I know him too. I know him too. Now he's from when I was in high school, and I started working here at the Keg and Oyster. It wasn't called that, at the Keg and Oyster when I was still in high school, and he is a disgusting guy. He had a friend named Goodman, was his last name, and Goodman had a boat down here at the marina, and he would come down here and would you believe it? He was putting the moves on me. I was still in high school, and unlike Bubba, who wouldn't even notice me, but he was 3 years younger than me. Teydis, he's probably 15 years older than me. He's probably almost 30, and he's putting the moves on me. It was back when he inherited his mother's money, and he just went around. He already thought he was God's gift to the world, and once he had that money, he thought he could have anything he wanted. Well, he couldn't have me. I played some sport, as I told you, when I was in high school, but I had my standards. Lecherous old bastard. She said, and Vivien said to Violet, "Do you want me at your hearing? If he sees me, that'll shake him up." And once again, Violet said, "No, I'm really not all that worried, although nothing like this has ever happened to me before." What I did was I called Edgy. He's one of my oldest and best friends, and he's probably the smartest man I ever knew. He, he's a Yale graduate, and he's one of the Catole Six. He and my sister Rosemary, and Wedge, and Edgy, and the boss, and the boss's wife Portia. That's the Catole Six, and she had to explain a little bit about the Catole Six. But anyway, she said when I called him, he lives in near Boston, and when he heard, he said, "Not only don't you have to worry, I'm going to come down," and he's like that. "I'm going to make a trip. I'm going down there, and I'm going to go to that hearing with you if it's all right. I don't think you need a lawyer. From what you've told me, we're going to be okay. Don't you worry." And I've got business down there anyway with the boss. I want to talk to him about something. See, the boss lived also in North Virginia, but way north. What was it called? Rapids Church or something like that, where he lived. I'm the one that's having trouble remembering that. But, of course, Violet knew. Anyway, he's coming down. He's going to be here tomorrow. I told him a couple days ago. I'm sorry I kept it from you. Tira, but you were already pretty worked up about this guy, and I'm really not all that worried. And well, Vivien said, you say your hearing is Monday. How about would you guys come back Monday evening and tell me what happened? I mean, I can see it in a newspaper, but I'd like a first-hand account of what happens, and I'm pretty sure we can celebrate a victory, and bring this guy, if he's still around. He will be. Bring this guy Edgy along. I'd like to meet him. You say he's the smartest guy you ever knew, and or one of them anyway. And Violet says, well, yeah, he went to Yale. He speaks a lot of languages. Yeah, he's just about my age. So yeah, he likes seafood. I know that. So all right, we'll do that. And with that, they broke up. Now Vivien had a surprise. She thought she was going to be the entertainment. She was used to doing that. And here, these others had pretty good stories too. So she'd had a good morning, and then Violet and Elaine set off in their car, not in a big hurry, but they didn't want Lance to get home to an empty house and have to sit there very long.